5:30 in the morning right now. I'm drinking my AG1 that I've actually really been loving. It is such a good replacement for coffee, which I usually have every single morning, or like a matcha or some sort of caffeine. And this, first of all, gives you so much energy, but also it's just like a glass full of water and vitamins, so you also just feel so hydrated, which obviously, but also I am not used to that because I only put caffeine in my body right when I wake up, but not anymore. I don't think I'm working out today, so I'm just gonna hop in the shower. Usually the first thing I do is shower. I've showered every single day since I was like super young. And with that, I do wash my hair every day, which I'm trying to get better about because I know you're not supposed to do that. But also, speaking of hair, I got a haircut. I went to a new person and I always feel bad for not going to my family back in the Bay. But you know what? I had to do it. It was getting so long and I needed to just chop it off again. So with that said, it's time to shower. Also, I'm proud of myself for not having caffeine yet because I'm really tired. I talked about it in the past, but I've been trying to restore my skin barrier because I feel like I absolutely destroyed it with retinol. And so it kind of gave me these rosacea-like symptoms, and I've just been trying to heal my skin because almost anything will irritate it. And so this is a skincare that I have been religiously doing. And even before the skin barrier, I've also always struggled with eczema ever since I was like in middle school. And so this is the skincare routine that I have for people with sensitive skin because it can be a struggle. So first things first is Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cream. I am obsessed with this moisturizer. It's very lightweight and glides onto your skin so nicely, but it also is very hydrating. This is the best moisturizer that I have found. My mom got this at a farmer's market and I've been using it on my neck because I get eczema like right here and also around my eyelids. And so I will just put a little bit of this on my neck. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I have a little red mark right here and that's like the eczema that I have. So I put a little bit of this on my eyelids. I really try to stay away from using the steroid creams, especially on my eyelids because it's such a thin layer of skin, so definitely don't want that, but sometimes I have to use it. I also use this Kiehl's butter mask for lips. I love Aquaphor, and I still do, but this stuff, first of all, smells delicious. It kind of smells like a vanilla-y, and it's super, super hydrating. Next up, I use this Ultra Facial Advanced Repair Barrier Cream, and this is very, very thick, so a little bit goes a long way. I also tend to overdo things, and so if I find a product that I like, I end up doing more than I should, which ends up doing the opposite effect. It does a little bit more damage than I want it to do, and so I do a little bit of this in the morning and at night, and I just kind of pat it into my skin. My sister told me that I did this. I didn't even realize that I was this kind of person, but when I used to wash my face, I was a person to like scrub so aggressively. And my sister was like, "What are you doing to your face?" I was like, "I'm just washing it." And last but not least, I use this Elta MD sunscreen. This is definitely one of my favorites that I've used. This is also super lightweight. I don't like feeling too cakey with the products that I use, but at the same time, I want it to be moisturizing and effective because I find that sometimes when I put on makeup, my skin really dries out if it has too much like foundation or product. And so finding a good balance, and obviously whatever works for your skin, you just kind of have to, it's like a little bit of trial and error, but having these products have been game-changing to me. I've gone through a lot of different products and months of trying different things, and these have definitely been my go-tos. The sun is starting to come out. My favorite time of day is for sure when it's still dark out and the world is asleep, and then now like the sun is starting to like trickle into the apartment. Mornings are just my favorite time of day. I know I just showered, but I think I'm gonna put on workout clothes and do a little bit of stretching upstairs because I kind of tweaked my neck last night, and so I just want to like roll out and yeah, maybe do some more yoga-ish type movements. I'm wearing this workout set from 437. I really like 437 because the material is super thick. And normally when I work out, I wear Viore, and Viore is like so buttery soft. You can see how thin the material is, but it also still snatches you up in like all the best ways. And literally my entire family, we've all been converted to wear Viore all the time. But with that said, sometimes if I'm running errands or like later today I want to go grocery shopping and I want a thicker material where it's kind of better for like walking around in errands, I typically gravitate towards the 437 workout sets. So kind of a different vibe, but these are very thick and very soft. Got back from the gym and I primarily just did stretching and band activation, and I just want to stress the importance of band activation because it's something that I definitely did not incorporate into my workout routine at all. And I noticed that I don't know if it's like weak hips or I'm not activating my hips enough, because anytime I would run more than 2 miles, honestly, I started getting like really bad pain in my hip area, and it almost felt like when you were running, you know, when you lift your leg up to run, it was almost like this movement right here felt like it was 30 pounds heavier than it really should have been. I don't know about you guys, but I really am not trying to get a hip replacement in the future. I know that's like worst case thinking, but I've been trying to incorporate more like band activation where I'm like really strengthening that specific movement, and it's really been helping. And also walking backwards on the treadmill. And if you walk backwards on the treadmill, even on incline, your body's so used to moving forward. Whenever you do walk backwards or like strengthen those areas that probably don't get enough love, I feel like it just helps prevent injury, which is something I'm really focusing on now that I'm not a teenager anymore. So yeah, that's something that I do in my workout routine probably every other day now. Our steamer broke, so I'm just gonna put milk in here. I'll usually put about this much as a matcha Americano, which is just matcha and water. So I kind of pretend like I'm having that, and then I put like a little dash of this almond milk. I just feel like some mornings I don't really feel like a full glass of almond milk. Like it just feels very heavy. Yeah, that's perfect. Cheers. Something that I'm super excited about is that I just started the Artist Way. I'm on week 2. If you've never heard of it, it's a 12-week creative workshop, and a new friend of mine told me about it, and I have loved it so much more than I was even expecting. And it basically helps you like overcome any creative obstacles and also lean into your creative side. And honestly, probably some of you guys can relate to this, but my logical brain really tries to overshadow my creative side. And so like, for example, if something isn't perfect, I will throw it away. Like I have no issue. If I mess up on my handwriting in a notebook, that's going in the garbage, which I know sounds crazy, but like I almost want everything I do to be perfect when like in reality, life is not like that. And I shouldn't expect everything that I either put out for content or just even for fun. I just have to like start practicing letting loose a little bit. And so that's what this book really helps you with. You basically read one chapter every single week, and you have different tasks in the book. So one of the tasks, which is arguably the biggest one in my opinion, is you have to write 3 pages a day of journaling. They call it morning pages. And so it's a full stream of consciousness. You basically just need a pen and paper. I ended up getting just a very basic black notebook from a store called Muji. It's fully just whatever is on your mind. I've kind of had some breakthroughs already, and I'm only on week 2, which is pretty cool. Just like overcoming certain fears maybe that I've been having and possibly suppressing that I didn't even realize I was doing, but because I'm journaling about it every day, and it's more than I usually do because normally I only journal for 1 page and it's more of a diary. So this is very much more like internal thoughts, I would say, and a mixture of diary stuff. But when you have to write 3 pages, you got a lot to cover. And then they'll also give you like different exercises to do throughout the week, and some are super fun and creative and kind of silly. And you also have to take yourself on an artist date, which is a 2-hour date by yourself. It could be anything. And the whole point is just to like be present with yourself and go be silly, go be goofy, go be creative. So for me, obviously I love pottery and ceramics, so I will just put headphones on, fully lock in, not worry about anything else, and just be like present with myself. Usually I do it actually right when I wake up. Today I had like a little bit of a later start, but I am a huge fan of this. It's time to do some cleaning. I feel like our apartment is never super dirty or messy. I wonder if you guys feel the same way too, but it's not like the biggest space ever. And so if things are kind of scattered everywhere, it just feels very messy. And so whenever it gets to the level that it is right now, it's time to do a little clean, put everything away like where it needs to be, obviously, because I am the biggest advocate of needing a clean space for a clear mind. It's time to go grocery shopping. I have 2 tote bags here with me. I feel like that's how much we usually use to like load up on all of our groceries. Today's Saturday, so we always like to get all of our grocery shopping done on Saturdays, and we get a lot more than we think so that it really lasts us the entire week. I think before, sometimes we would be like, man, no, we don't need that, and then end up like going to eat out instead of actually just cooking at home. And the reality is, if there's food at home, we're probably gonna eat it. So Alec just finished Orange Series, so I'm gonna meet him over there. I always like having him come grocery shopping with me so that he can help me bring all the groceries back to the apartment, because we walk to the grocery store, so sometimes it gets very heavy. We're back and we're making a quick pit stop because we gotta get some matchas.
The leaves are falling, soft as a sigh, a golden whisper, a fleeting goodbye. The breeze it hums, a mellow refrain, carving its tune through in hues of gold. Your rhythm's warm, though the air turns cold. A cozy spell where the heart resides, wrapped in your fall jazz.
I did a little sweater change, but I want to show you guys the fun things that we got at Whole Foods just now. And one of the things that we got are my favorite granola bars, which I feel like it's really hard to find protein bars or granola bars that have good ingredients in them. And I found that these seem to be pretty solid all in all. And I like getting the kids version because sometimes I just want a little sweet treat, nothing too crazy. I don't want it as like a meal replacement or anything. I just want a little chocolate here and there. So So we got the chocolate chip cookie dough and the oatmeal chocolate chip cookie. Next up is kombucha, of course. This one's pomegranate and blueberry. Alec just tried it, but I have not. So let's try this one out. Oh yeah. Healthy kombucha, this brand, is my favorite. I think we've gotten like the apple one in the past. We've gotten a few different flavors. Pomegranate blueberry. I also like passion fruit tangerine. Last but not least, you guys, this cereal right here is perfection. It's so delicious. Look at the ingredients here. So minimal. We have oat protein, cassava starch, maple syrup, coconut oil, pumpkin puree, cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, sea salt, cloves. So we were feeling in the fall spirit today. It's like a better version of Cheerios. Whenever we buy this cereal, I think it lasts us, I'm not kidding you, maybe a day and a half. It does not last us very long, but it is so good. They're all very flavorful, and we put it on smoothies if you want it just as regular cereal. This is the yogurt that we always get because I find that so many yogurts have like an insane amount of sugar, and this one is very good for your gut microbiome. And so a little cocoa June, vanilla flavored, and some cereal on top, maybe like some banana, almonds, little drizzle of honey, so good. For this week's video, I hope you enjoyed hanging out bright and early. Let me know if you are an early bird in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week.